at the relationship between gallons, quarts, pints, and cups. So all 4 of those things we're going to take a look at together. Now, when we are looking at this, we are going to not only draw a picture, but I'm also going to tell you a story that can serve as a memory trick to be able to help you remember how all of these things are related. All right. So we're going to start with the biggest of those measurements, which is a gallon. And so in the space on your paper, you need to draw the biggest capital G that you can. Okay. So fill your space with this capital G, as we're going to be drawing some things that go inside of here. So in our picture, this capital G represents a gallon. In the story that I'm going to tell you, this represents the land of G. And I just use the letter G for that, okay? So there are going to be some things in the land of G that are going to help us remember how these things are related. So in the land of G, there are 4 queens, okay? So those queens, we're going to draw 4 big uppercase Qs. Again, we're going to put some other things inside of there, so kind of draw them as large as we can get them. 4 uppercase Qs within our letter G. So we have in the land of G, there are 4 queens. These Qs represents quarts. So that's our next biggest measurement of the 4 we're looking at right now. So this means that there are 4 quarts in a gallon. 4 quarts is equal to 1 whole gallon. So in the land of G, there are 4 queens. Each queen has a prince and a princess. Okay, and you can remember it as 2 princes or 2 princesses, as long as you remember that there's 2 P's. 1 prince, 1 princess is 2 P's, which means each of our Q's, we need to put 2 P's inside of. Okay, so 1 for prince, 1 for princess, or again, you can remember it as 2 princes, 2 princesses, all right? But this is telling us that there are 2 pints in 1 quart. So each quart is equal to 2 pints. And then our last part of the story is that in the land of G, there are 4 queens. Each queen has a prince and a princess. And each prince and princess has 2 cats, or cars, corgis, children, castles, whatever word that starts with the letter C that makes you happiest. I like cats, so I go with cats, okay? But you're going to put 2 C's inside each P to finish up our picture. Okay, and this represents that there are 2 cups in each pint. Okay, so if you can remember the story, that can help you draw your picture. And once you have the picture drawn, then all you really have to do is count how many things are in the picture. So let's do a couple of practice problems here. Count how many pints are in a whole gallon. Okay, so if I look at my whole G picture, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pints in 1 whole gallon. All I needed to do was look at my whole G and count the number of P's. All right, let's do one more practice. We're going to do 1 gallon is equal to how many cups? All right, so same thing here. I need to look in the whole G, and I need to count the number of C's that I see, which would be 16 if you counted all of those C's. Okay, the same thing would be true if I asked you any other question relating to all 4 of these different terms of measurement: gallons, cups, pints, or quarts. You just have to look at the picture and count how many things are related between those 2.